Real quick guys, if you guys wouldn't mind, please be sure to consider going down your item shop and typing in BAY for your supported creator code, BEY, and then clicking accept. This will support me greatly and it will not cost you anything, so please be sure to do this, and let's get right into the video. Hey, what's up guys? Before I start this video, I just wanted to mention real quick that all of the gameplay in this video was gotten straight from twitch.tv/useCodeBay. Before this gameplay was on the channel, I streamed it live on my Twitch stream. I'm streaming live right now as you guys are watching this video. After you watch this video, please be sure to come down to my stream and watch me play some games. I'm going to be playing lots of competitive gameplay, champion level arena duos, pro scrims, and I will also be playing with subscribers sometimes and viewers who are watching my Twitch stream. So please be sure to come tune in, and let's get right into this video. So in this video today, I'm going to be showing you guys 8 of the best tips to improve on console and controller. These tips will be all around gameplay tips that will help your aim, your building, your editing, your game sense, and will overall make you guys much better players and will help you guys compete and play much better in all types of lobbies, in tournaments, events, or just in normal pubs. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, because in the near future, I'm going to be uploading my ultimate guide to finding your perfect sensitivity for controller and console players. This guide will be one of the best guides on YouTube. I can guarantee you guys that. So please be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because that video is coming out soon, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be looking forward to it. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the tips. For tip number 1, make sure that you guys are not overbuilding. Overbuilding is one of the biggest mistakes, and I guarantee you that even if you think you don't do it, there's a good chance that you do. Overbuilding doesn't necessarily mean building too high. Overbuilding could just mean that you're a player who tends to take their builds out too much in the middle of fights. When you're in fights, you guys want to minimize the amount of times that you take out your builds. The reason for this is when you have your builds out, you can't do any damage to your opponent. So by decreasing the amount of time that you spend in build mode, you're increasing the amount of time in the amount of basically the amount of chances that you're giving yourself to do damage to your opponents and actually eliminate them. In a lot of my gameplays, you guys will see that when I'm fighting, I'm building much less than my opponent, and I'm focusing more on just aiming, getting in the right position, and basically setting myself up to do lots of damage to them. In this scenario right here, you guys can see me literally push 2 people without placing a single piece, and I get easy kills on both of them. Also, keep in mind that this is Champion League Arena. Yes, I don't have 6,000 points, but that's only because I lost them going for a special W key gameplay that I was trying to get for one of my older videos, and I basically pushed agency every single game, and that caused me to lose points. Now anyways, let's get into tip number 2. For tip number 2, you guys need to start playing more creative zone wars and box fights to improve your mechanics and your aim. Yes, there's good ways to improve your aim, such as aim trainers, but playing in creative the second you get on and basically grinding these zone wars and these box fights with friends is the best way, because you're consistently building, you're consistently editing, and you're consistently aiming at people, which is the best way to actually improve your aim against your opponents. So if you want to improve your aim, you want to improve your editing, you want to improve your building, and you just want to improve your mechanics in general, start playing more zone wars and box fights. For this, I suggest playing Lawless Guys Zone Wars and Box Fights map. The code for it is 3515-0375-5877. Now, let's get into tip number 3. What you guys need to start doing if you're competitive players is you need to start playing pro scrims, or at least play normal scrims such as East Open, Mayhem, and other Discord servers that have very good scrims. I personally am one of the hosts in Mayhem Discord, and there are many other Discords that I play in scrims, and what these do is they'll help you guys get better at end games, they'll help you get better at early game fights, and the best part about these is that you're going to be playing against other people who are fairly good, which will make you guys much more good at the game in general, because you're going to be playing against higher tier opponents and people that are like-minded, so you'll be playing against the people that you rarely run into in arena. Now for tip number 4, one of the biggest aspects of the best controller players in the world is that they get tons of pre-fire damage, as you just saw right there. Unknown Army averages over 100 pre-fight damage per game. This means that before his opponents turn to him, before his opponents even know that he's there, he's already done 100 damage to them. Some of the best ways to do this is by crouching and being quiet when you're near opponents, and you can do this by basically using things such as your audio and and basically trying to sneak up on opponents in order to throw them off. Getting this pre-fight damage is huge in Fortnite because damaging your opponents before the fight even starts will make them freak out. It will give you more confidence, it'll give you more momentum, and it'll also make them have to deal with trying to heal while you're pushing them and applying lots of pressure. For tip number 5, I guarantee that a lot of you guys run into very skilled opponents if you guys play arena or you basically play any type of competitive type game mode. And what will usually happen is you'll run into this keyboard and mouse player or even this controller player who just has these insane mechanics that you can't outbuild or out edit. When you're in these situations, stop trying to build and edit and try to outdo them. What you guys are going to do in order to beat these people is just have your weapons out and 100% put your focus on your aim. It doesn't matter how much they build or how much better than you they can edit and basically use their mechanics. As long as you are the one that's hitting more damage and you are the one who's hitting their shots, you are guaranteed to win that fight, because in the end, no matter how well they can build or edit, if they can't do more damage to you than you're doing to them, they won't win the fight. And that is just the basic concept that goes with Fortnite. Now, let's get right into tip number 6. For tip number 6, a lot of controller players, what I've seen, don't have very good drop spots that are good for their movement. Controller players have 360-degree movement, and there's many different things that you guys need to utilize in order to take advantage of this. One of the things is dropping in spots that are not only good for looting, but also places that go very well with the movement. For example, dropping at risky rails is a decent place to drop, but dropping there, especially in the main building in the house, is not good because of the fact that you can't build in there. And a lot of people might drop there because it's become a new POI, but the reason that it's not good is because you can't always build and it might mess you up and cause you to basically make mistakes. So pick areas where you personally feel comfortable playing in, and I guarantee you will have much better early games and you'll stop dying so often. Now for tip number 7, speaking of 360-degree movement, you guys need to start utilizing and start taking advantage of the 360-degree movement that you have on controller. Controller players literally have one of the biggest advantages against PC players besides aim assist, and that is their movement. 360-degree movement is very underrated, as players that play on keyboard and mouse can only move in 8 directions, whereas people who play on controller can technically move in over 300 or in exactly 360 directions because there's 360 degrees on the analog sticks. So by doing things such as turning and basically angling your analog stick in a way where you won't lose momentum while running, you guys can be able to tunnel and build to the side and run in ways that keyboard and mouse players could never do. So start utilizing your movement, especially in fights where you can strafe and basically use your movement to get an advantage on keyboard and mouse players who can't keep up with your movement. Make sure to throw in some crouches, some left and right strafes, and some jumps from here to there. Combining these with the 360-degree movement that you have will make you deadly when it comes to fights, especially 50-50s and those that will rely on solely aim and movement and less on building and editing. This is especially important for if you are W-keying inside of someone's box, and this is the reason that controller players are so good at W-keying opponents in boxes. Players such as Unknown Army and Scoped literally run through opponents and they just W-key and W-key and they dominate everyone. Other good examples are Phase Sway and also Furious RR, who is Phase Sway's duo. These are amazing W-keyers, and they utilize their movement very well to dominate opponents when they're W-keying and when they're pushing. For the last tip and the final tip in this video, what you guys absolutely have to do if you play on console or controller is you need to find the perfect sensitivity, and you need to enhance your sensitivity for your playstyle. I will be making an ultimate guide for this very soon, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and turn on notifications to know when I upload this video. I guarantee this video will change the way that your aim and your sensitivity will work in the game, and it will make you guys much better just because the fact that you'll be able to truly find the right sensitivity for you, not just the sensitivity that other people are using. By basically doing this, what you guys will be able to do is improve your aim, improve your consistency, and improve your building and editing, because your sensitivity does have a lot to do with all of these. And given with the removal of legacy and with the introduction of linear, the gameplay in the game when it comes to controller and console editing, building, and aiming has changed significantly. And in that video, I will go over everything and basically describe how you guys can become amazing players. But until then, mess around a little bit more with your sensitivities, don't be afraid to move them up or down based on how you're playing, and do whatever you have to kind of get down what you need to do in order to improve your aim based on where your sensitivity already is. If you find that you're overcompensating when you're aiming at your opponents, consider lowering your sensitivity, and if you're doing the opposite, go ahead and raise it. And with that, guys, we have now reached the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you watched until the end, please sure to subscribe and come check out my stream, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.